Hey friends, this is Miss Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead. Let's make that recycled Thanksgiving turkey dinner. The reason I call this the recycled dinner is because I even recycled the tin foil that was on the turkey platter. It says, "Turkey, which hath been in the presence of gluten." So, there it is. Isn't that lovely? This is turkey on the bottom, then vegetables, then stuffing, then potatoes. Now, I didn't have any, it's got a little bit of ice on it. I didn't have any gravy at the time left over, but we got our broth, so let's make some. Now this is still fairly frozen, and I'm preheating my oven to 325 degrees. And we're going to turn that into gravy. Okay, all we need for this gravy is our broth. The reason we only need the broth, well, we'll need flour too, is because I left the fat on top of this broth. So we're going to empty out about half that broth, and we're going to bring it to a boil. About a tablespoon of flour, maybe two. Pop that right in that jar. Make a mess all over the place. Well, this is a working kitchen, folks, not a studio kitchen. I'm going to put the lid on that, and I'm going to start shaking that up. You want this in cold broth or room temperature broth. You don't mix your flour into the hot broth, or you will end up, my burner's smoking, you will end up with lumps. Oh my God, that's good broth. I'm going to add just a little bit of home-dried parsley, a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. That's why I don't really heavily season my broths, because I always season them as I use them. And some black pepper for Papa. And here we come to a boil. We're coming to a boil here. I'm sorry that the angle is odd because my tripod is broken, and so it won't fit under my hood range here, so I have to put you back here and zoom in. All right, we are to a boil. Give this jar one last shake. Bring that broth up to a rolling boil, and bam! Put in the rest of the broth with your couple of tablespoons of flour and start to stir. Now, we don't have to brown this gravy. We didn't have to brown the fat and the butter and everything. Why? Because it's already been constituted down into broth with fat right in it. All this beautiful gravy goodness. We're going to turn that off. And I'm going to point you down. See what I mean about the holes? This is one of the reasons I used the scoop. Now, I suppose I could cook this and then add the gravy on the side, but guess what? This would be an awful dry casserole. And it doesn't matter if you get the gravy on your potatoes. It's only going to give them a lovely glaze now, isn't it? Look at that. Oh my goodness. This is the same turkey. The broth was made from the same turkey that this casserole was. And I've already told you the vegetables and the potatoes were free. Okay, now I'm going to put this turkey that has been in the presence of gluten tin foil, and I'm going to tent it up over this. So if you were using fresh tin foil, you would want a bigger piece than your dish, just so that you could tent it up, so that it's not sitting on my mashed potatoes, but it's keeping the heat in. All right, this is going into a 325-degree oven for about an hour. Okay, so here is, this just came out of the oven, and oh, I just put a cake in the oven. I don't even know if it's a new cake or not, but I'm going to be doing a video on it if it passes muster with Papa. So here is, I haven't let this sit very long. Oh, but obviously it's nice and moist. All right, it's definitely like a shepherd's pie, but a loose one. So, like, now watch it, it's really hot, honey. This is a really kind of a leftover turkey casserole kind of day. It's nasty and cold and rainy out. And I made, it went into the freezer without any gravy in it, so I just took a pint of gravy, or a pint of broth, made gravy and poured it all over top and put it in the oven.
Turkey shepherd pie.
Awesome, thanks honey. And it doesn't owe us a nickel.
There you go.
There you go. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our Half Acre Homestead saying, I've been smelling that for the last hour. I'm gonna go get me some. Take care, God bless.